Hello everyone, this is my assignment presentation on landmark cases on right of property. Presentation given by me, Patil Pandurang Shishirao, student of Sri Shivaji Law College, Parbhani. Presentation is submitted to Dr. Kashinath Niharkar, Assistant Professor, Sri Shivaji Law College, Parbhani. Since the commencement of the Constitution of India, the fundamental right to property has been most controversial. It has caused the power tussle between the Supreme Court and the Parliament. It has led a number of constitutional amendments, that is 1st, 4th, 7th, 25th, 39th, 40, 40, 44. Through these amendments, the Parliament has tried to nullify the effect of the judgment given by the Supreme Court in various cases. Uh, through this through this amendment, Article 31A, 31B, and 31C have been added and the modified from time to time to nullify the effect of the Supreme Court's judgments regarding the protection of a certain laws from being challenged on the ground of contravention of the fundamental right in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. Most of the litigation has centered around the obligation of the state to pay compensation for the acquisition or requisition of the property. By the Fourth Amendment and the Seventh Amendment Act, the Article 31C has been inserted and which gives the clarity to the interpretation of the Article 31A and 31B. Uh, there are various cases regarding the right of property, whereas some cases has been dealt by the our teacher, Dr. Kashinath Niharkar sir, and today my primary focus on the Sajjan Singh versus State of Rajasthan, IC Goloknath versus State of Punjab, and the last and the most important case, the Keshwananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. First of all, I would like to give the view to the Sajjan Singh versus State of Rajasthan. In the present case, the seventh Constitutional Amendment Act, along with the previous amendments, that is the first and the fourth amendment, has been challenged in front of the Supreme Court of India. The in this case, Shankari Prasad case also been challenged. Whether the fundamental right can be amended or not, which is given in the Shankari Prasad, has been challenged. The ninth schedule consists certain statute relating to the property and specify the ninth schedule that is not subject to judicial review, and because of a right to judicial review was taken away from the Supreme Court, that is the violation of the basic structure of the Indian Constitution. uh, was the These are the fact of this present case of Sajjan Singh versus State of Rajasthan. But in this case, the Supreme Court held that the Article 38 empower the Parliament to amend any article of the Indian Constitution. Once again, it was said that the Article 13 is just limited to ordinary law and not with the constitutional amendment, whereas the scope of Article 36, 368 is the limited the constitutional law. In this case, the majority decision is that Parliament can amend the fundamental right of the people, but there are some judges who said that the Parliament cannot amend the fundamental right part of the Indian Constitution. The second case was the IC Goloknath versus State of Punjab. In this case, again the previous Constitutional Amendment Act, that is first and fourth Constitutional Amendment Act, along with seventh Constitutional Amendment was challenged. The question same, the question which was raised in this case was the power of the Constitution to amend the certain basic right or not. Basically, whole scope of the this case is to whether the constitution give power to the Parliament regarding the amendment or not of the part 3. Until this case, the position was taken by the Supreme Court is that constitutional amendment made under Article 368 is not the ordinary law, so it cannot be come under the exception of Article 13 of Indian Constitution. Supreme Court in this case went something ahead and said that Parliament does not have any power to amend or abrogate fundamental right in the way of the amendment, and because that no change can be made in the fundamental right in future. Further, the article 13 clause 2 was discussed in this case, and that world law under the article 13(2) includes amendment, and if any amendment violate the fundamental right, it would be void. In this case, there is a new doctrine has come forward, that is the doctrine of prospective overruling. The majority of justice in this said petition overruled the judgment given in the Shankari Prasad and the Sajjan Singh, but out of 11 judge bench, 5 judges were dissenting opinion. In both these previous cases, Supreme Court held that we can make amendment in the fundamental right, but in this present case, majority of judges considered the fundamental right as a transcendental. It also expressed the Supreme Court that if the Parliament will get power to amend the fundamental right, then a time will also come where there will no fundamental right of the people. Justice Hidatullah expressed his view by proposing a separate judgment in which he said that Article 13 Parliament does not have power to amend the fundamental right, and he said that Article 13 cover not only legislative amendment but also constitutional amendment. The opinion given by the Hidatullah is a very important opinion. The last case I would like to discuss with you, that is the Keshwananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. The fact of present case is the same. This this time the amendment was challenged is the 23rd amendment, and the previous amendment, that is the first, fourth, and the along with 25 amendment, 24 amendment also challenged. The 24 Amendment Act seeks to amend the Article 13 of the Indian Constitution to make it inapplicable to any amendment of the Constitution under Article 368. Nothing in the Article 13 shall affect the amending power of the Article 368. So basically, the question which was raised in this case is that Parliament have power to abridge the fundamental right of people by mean of Article 368 or not. The judgment given in this case is a very elaborative judgment, and here I going to nutshell that judgment in the way it was held that the provision pertaining to the amendment of the constitution is characterized or most important aspect of the modern constitutions of the world. Each judge laid down separately what they were basic structure or essential feature of the constitution. There is no unanimity of the opinion within the majority view either. According to Justice S.M. Shikri, there is basic feature of the Indian Constitution that cannot be challenged under Article 68. This case, primarily known as the fundamental right case or the basic right case. This case laid down the basic structure doctrine which was still in use, and this is the most important doctrine ever discussed in Indian scenario. Finally, I would like to conclude that right of property is now not the fundamental right, and it is the constitutional right under the Article 300E. Thank you.